Hi everyone, it's Davo here from Davos PT Tools and Tips, and welcome to part 6 of Spree PT. So far we've primed a skill, we've refined it, giving it meaning, and now we look to explore ways of taking that skill and giving it context. And we do this by increasing demand and complexity so that it goes into a movement sentence. Checking the Spree acronym as it relates to single leg balance control, so far we've seen some control issues on assessment, statically and dynamically. We've primed the key synergies and movement pathways that relate to single leg balance control, and then we've refined those. We've given them meaning with low load, narrow range movements. The next part we go through is enhancing it. And when you enhance it, we increase demand, we increase load, and we increase range of motion so that single leg balance control is put into the context of movement. Single leg balance control sits in the background of a whole range of loaded upper limb activities. Whether they're occupational, sporting, lifestyle, there's a whole range. You'll see here that the personal trainer is using resistance bands, while the client, played by Davo, is asked to maintain pelvic and lower limb alignment as he works through the functional range in that support leg. Now at the same time, the upper limbs are working through full reach and then right back to the trunk again to vary the lever length. This has the effect of forcing the lower limb control synergists to account for variations in torque coming out from the upper body. In this activity, we're using single leg balance control in a sentence. And this is demonstrating to the nervous system that in the background of a whole range of movement requirements from a range of direction sits good control. The criteria in this exercise is regardless of which direction the leg's going to or where the upper body's being asked to move the ball in those long ranges, you need to come back to single leg balance each and every time. And this means the system needs to problem solve the pathway and the strategy to get there. Just like the way using a new word in a sentence allows you to give it context, so too do prime synergies and pathways used in typical movement patterns allow you to become more familiar with the movement. And this becomes the basis of developing skill. When we enhance it, we looked in our case at single leg balance control with loaded upper limbs, and single leg balance control as being something to come back to from different directions of perturbation or movement. In the background, the key cues of push your leg through the ground firmly and bring the trunk to upright to finish the movement still hold true. In the next part of this program of Spree PT, what we'll be looking at is how you take this further to encourage transfer by expanding on the skill.